Hola, welcome back to How to Cantarama. I am going to go over how to vote as well as how to sneak some grammar and numbers at them. So when you vote, I'll show you. You can do this in front of the class or you could have students do voting on their own devices. I usually do both. So I'll pull up the website. I would probably vote in front of the class to reveal about it, talk about it, and then I would share the link on Google Classroom. So if you go to cantarama.com, you can vote here. Before the contest starts, I've got these other things here, like a practice vote, and then the songs will be down here. You just pick the week we're in. I'm going to open the practice vote since that vote has not started. You have two videos here. So this is the practice. Remember me, we don't talk about Bruno. You could play them when kids are walking in, or maybe you talked about them earlier that week. The question is, ¿Cuál canción prefieres? You pick one. You could have students raise their hand or move to a different side of the room. Let's see. We don't talk about Bruno. I would use the CAPTCHA as an excuse to speak Spanish because they're getting more and more complicated. So say, okay, necesitamos probar que somos humanos. Okay, todas las estrellas mueven. Una estrella no mueve. ¿Dónde está? Aquí. Okay, esta estrella no mueve. Selecciono esta estrella. Oh, otros, ok, complicado. Ok, todas las estrellas mueven. Esta no está moviendo. Verificamos que soy un humano, vamos a votar, ok, miramos los resultados. Oh no, remember me, mira, yo voté por, we don't talk about Bruno. And then you can use this on the side of the website so you don't have to create anything to provide comprehensible input, talk to your students about the vote. You can ask questions like, ¿está ganando? Remember me, ¿está ganando or está perdiendo? Or, ¿qué canción está ganando? ¿Cuántos votos tienen? O, ¿cuántas personas han votado? So I have the question where it's posted in my class under my TV, so I can kind of point to this. If students make their own bracket, you can say like, ¿ganaste or perdiste? And how many points do you have? You can do that. On the other votes, I also posted, so on the real votes, not the practice vote, I posted numbers as well. So if you want to get into numbers and say, okay, ¿cuántas personas votaron por vivir mi vida? Or ¿qué está ganando con qué por ciento? You can scroll down here and work on numbers. I love that. In the Google Slides, I will also share some slides I've made for tournaments in the past. Like it might be nice to report about the results from the week before you do the vote. So if I really just focus on ganar and perder, even in my Spanish one, they understand the concept of the voting and the tournament and winning and losing. So it's really easy to show them all different tenses in a way that makes sense. So for example, if you want to like screenshot the result from last week, so you don't have to go find it and do the whole thing, you can though. You could, put that on this slide and say, okay, usually say one student report on the top song and one student report on the bottom song. And maybe out loud, they'll say, oh, mejor que ayer, ganó con, can't see, 81%. And so ganó, perdió. You can ask other questions before you do the vote. Which song do you prefer? Make a prediction. I have them speak a lot of times. Pienso que vivir mi vida va a ganar. And then you could compare the songs. So you can do stuff like with the songs before you vote. ¿Cuál canción es más romántica? ¿Cuál canción es más positiva? ¿Cuál canción es más energética? You could, when you do pull up the vote, you can use those sentence frames on the side, or you can prepare it before class if you really want to focus in on like a specific phrase. So, okay, está ganando or está perdiendo. Tiene chance ganar? No, esta canción está dominando. So you can use that. You can discuss big numbers. Okay, cuántas personas han votado. What I love about this is I forget to teach numbers. It doesn't come up all the time. So this is a way for it every week to come up, like just a quick practice the number and move on. Sometimes I mix it up. I don't want them to feel like this contest is work, but I also know that if we're always just talking, they're not going to be held accountable. So here's an example of a document that maybe I'll print off half sheets. And this week we're going to write the results, and another week we'll speak the results. You could even give a test on this if you wanted, so that they do practice. At the end of the year, I'm going to test you. You could hand them, like show them the results of a vote, and they have to describe, like, it won, it lost with this percent, just options. So what I like about this again is that it uses the grammar and context. Ganó, perdió, these numbers, I'm happy, I'm sad. It's also a great way to use like other more advanced grammar, even in Spanish 1, like I hope this song wins, espero que gane, or ojalá que pierda. Because they might be invested if they have a bracket. You can say, ¿cuántas personas han votado total? Or ¿cuántas personas votaron? ¿Cuál canción está ganando? So maybe one time I'll have them write it out and get a different repetition of that. Okay, I will make another video on other topics. I hope that helped. Gracias.